Hello students. Today let's discuss about economic systems. Topic from Indian Economy, Chapter 2, Indian Economy 1950 to 1990. Are you ready? In this topic, economic system, let us discuss about what is economic system, what are the major economic systems of different countries of the world, and what are the characteristics of that one. Why do we select, means government of India, policymakers had selected a new system for our economic development. These are the major topics we are going to discuss today. First of all, after the independence in the year 1947, the policymakers of the nation, they were in a big dilemma that what kind of system can be adopted in our country and how can we achieve welfare in the developmental perspectives of the nation. These are the major issues in front of the policymakers after the independence. A system in which that should be most suitable for the development of the nation and which should promote welfare for all rather than welfare for a few society or a few community of the society of people. So means a policy economic system should decide the welfare of the people, and that should be suitable with regards to the resources of the nation, human resources as well as natural resources. So that is why some economic decisions should be taken, and that should be taken all the economies regarding basic economic issues. Before selecting the economic system, all the economies of the world, they have to find out decisions regarding the three central problems of the economy. What are the three central problems of the economy? First one, choice of production. Second one, choice of techniques of production. Third one, distribution of goods. These are the three central problems or major problems of the economy. So a little more in simple language. Last year in microeconomics, you might have learned that the central problems of the economy. Because the central problems arise due to the shortage of resources in the economy. When the resources are scarce and they have alternative uses in the economy, central problem arises. That we discussed. So what are they? Major central problems are what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. So I'll give a little idea regarding what are the three central problems meant. So means what to produce, it is a matter of choice of production. Means allocation of resources for the production of commodities. In front of us we have two goods, either consumer goods or capital goods. What kind of good can be produced in a country like India? Either more consumer good or more capital goods. But in a country like India, we have to produce both goods. He said both goods are essential. But if you want to produce more, any one good rather than the other, we have to sacrifice more goods from the other one. That concept we discussed. And we decided to produce consumer goods as well as capital goods with the available resources of the country. Understood. Second point is that how to produce. It's a matter of choice of technique, as I told you. As I mentioned, it's a matter of choice of technique. Why? We have two techniques of production. Labor intensive technique, LIT, and capital intensive technique, CIT. So a country like India, what technique can be chosen better for the nation? Definitely we can say, if we are choosing labor intensive technique, that will solve the problem to an extent, our unemployment problem in the country. But both techniques should be produced. So how can we choose labor intensive or capital intensive? If more of labor is used, the technique is known as labor intensive. If more of capital is used, the technique of production is known as capital intensive technique. It doesn't mean that we are choosing only one. Is it? All techniques of production simultaneously we are using, but there the intensity of one element will be more than the other. So depends upon that we are naming the technique as labor intensive or capital intensive, or we are calling the technique accordingly. Clear? So here we are preferring labor intensive. Why? Because more of labor is there in the economy. That will be a solution for our unemployment problem to an extent. That's why. Clear? And third problem is that distribution of goods. How the goods can be distributed, or for whom the goods can be produced. There are also we have two options: two goods, necessary goods or luxury goods. So, but it is an essential part that necessary goods are consumed by the whole sections of the society, whether it is rich or poor. They are using necessary goods. Salt, both the rich as well as the poor, they are using. Sugar, all are using. So means here we have to choose, we have to give preference for the benefits of the poor as well as for the benefits of the rich. So when before going to decide what system should be selected, whether we have to find out that system is able to solve or to find out answer for these three central problems, namely what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. That was the problem in front of the policy makers and developmental peoples of the nation, those who are framing the policy for the development of our nation. Means this whether that system will find out answer for these three central problems. Yes, finally we found a system. Before going to the system, let us discuss about the major economic systems. What are they? First of all, there are three major systems are there. Economic systems are there in the world. First one, capitalist economic system. Second one, socialist economic system. And third one, mixed economic system. Once again, capitalist economic system, socialist economic system, and mixed economic system. Got it? Okay, let us discuss one by one. In this one, we have to discuss about basically features of the economic system. What are the major features of this one? And we have to discuss about the merits and demerits of all these systems. Understood? So first of all, what are the major, what is meant by capitalist system? Capitalist system is an economic system in which the factors of the productions were owned by private individuals, and it finds solution for the three major problems: what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. The central problems it solves by using market forces and price mechanisms. Market forces and price mechanism. What are the market forces? Demand and supply of the commodity in the market. It determines what to produce. Means whether the demand for the commodity is there. Society demands capital goods, we have to produce capital goods. If the society demands consumer goods, we have to produce consumer goods. Considering the demand for the commodity and supply of the commodity, that's the market forces. And price mechanism. Price of the commodity is determined on the basis of demand for it and supply of it. Clear? That's the first feature. Second feature is that who is the owner of the factors of production? Yes, factors of production were owned by private individuals. Individuals in the society, they own the factors of production. Individuals are the owners of factors of production. First feature, market forces, market mechanism. Second one, owners of the factors of production. Third one, what is the motive behind this production purpose economic system? Yes, it is clear that the motive of this capital system is to maximize profit. By keeping this price mechanism, considering the demand forces, profit maximization is the aim. There is no other aim other than profit maximization. These are the three major features of this economic system, capitalist system. And moreover, competition. Yes, that was an additional feature. Competition exists in the economy. So not only simple competition, severe competition, cutthroat competition exists among the producers in the economy. And they are considering government is having a neutral role in the economy. Means, or other terms we can say, no governmental intervention. Means, what is the role of the government then? Government maintains law and order in the country. Other than that, there is no role for the government. And that is why they are calling this economy as a market-free economy. Free market. Laissez-faire economy. There is no such governmental interference or intervention in the production matters or productive matters of the country. Private individuals, they themselves decide what to produce. They themselves decide what kind of technology can be used. They themselves decide for whom the commodity should be produced. Means producers are free what to produce. Consumers are free what to consume. And laborers are ready. They have the option to choose their job. There is no governmental intervention from the side of the government. And one more thing, the factors of production can be transferred from less profitable area to more profitable area. We have to underline the word less profitable to more profitable. Why? Because profit motive, maximization of the profit is the motive of this one important feature of the system. That is why people, they are using their resources to earn maximum profit. In that matter, there is no welfare concept. No welfare concept. Means wherever or whenever maximum profit is available, high profit is available, producers are going behind the production of that good. And they are using least cost technique, cheap technique of production. They will utilize the technique if it is cheap, and they will exploit the resource maximum to earn maximum profits. These are the major points coming under capitalist economic system. Understood? And moreover, let us analyze what are the merits of its system in simple 2 terms. When we think about merits, it does not provide in such a kinds of social interest, but it promotes self-interest of the people. And second merit is that maximization of profit. How to increase the profit? By promoting self-interest of the people. It promotes the people to earn maximum profit. Is it? That is the first matter in this one. First merit is that self-interest. Second one, it promotes the maximization of profits in the society. So means it promotes rich people. It promotes the interest of rich people rather than the interest of the poor people. It fosters the interest of the self people. Understood? These are the major thing regarding that one. And it accelerates economic growth in the country. It accelerates economic growth in the country. It promotes GDP of the nation by promoting the self-interest and to produce a commodity according to the interest of the individual, according to the forces of the market, according to the price mechanism. These are the merits. Clear? So it fosters self-interest, promotes welfare in the economy, promotes profit in the economy, and accelerates the pace of economic growth by promoting GDP of the country. These are the three merits. Why? There are some demerits also there. First demerit is that it ignores the collective interest of the economy. There is no collective interest. Nothing, only individual interest of the people, self-interest. There is no collectivity. Collectivism is not there. No social attitude, only individual attitude. So it ignores the collective interest, means there is no social aspect. Only we are thinking regarding individual aspects. Understood? And it ignores the poor and vulnerable people in the society. They are least bothered about, not least bothered, they are not bothered about the majority of the society, people, poor people, the destitute people, the vulnerable society of the country. They are least bothered. And the most probably they are promoting rich people. Is it? Those the rich people they are promoting again and again. So we can see a big gap between rich and the poor in the society in capitalist economy. Most of the developed countries of the world, they are in the way of capitalist economy. Is it? So developed countries, no need to mention about what are they. Developed countries mostly they are promoting capitalist economy. Clear now? Then second point, socialist economy. First of all, what is the meaning of the term? Then the features, then merits and demerits. First of all, what is the meaning of the socialist economy? Yes, we can define or we can find the meaning of socialist economy is that it's a system in which the social ownership of production is carried out in the economic matters by a central planning authority, and it promotes social welfare. Means in for capitalist system we found the decisions are taken on the basis of market forces and ownership of the factors are owned by the individual and motive. But instead of that, here a central planning authority, a social ownership of resources instead of individual ownership. And the decisions were taken not the market mechanism, price mechanism. Here the decisions are taken by a central planning authority. And the motive is not the profit motive, welfare motive or service motive. Is it? So clearly we can say this is just opposite of capitalist system. Clear? And here the system find out solution for the central problems, what to produce, how to produce and whom to produce using economic planning. Or using the government. Government decides what to be produced, either consumer good or capital goods. What technique shall be used? Labor intensive technique or capital intensive technique? For whom the commodity should be produced? For the rich or for the poor? Is it? Here the government decides. Government is the agency. Here the role of the government is positive. There we decided government is only a neutral role, just maintain law and order in the capitalist system. But here government is the authority to decide everything regarding the nation's development. So not the profit motive, here welfare motive. Understood? And competition, no such competition here. Only competition is allowed in capitalist system. Economy, it is closed economy because government decides everything. But in the capitalist economy is open economy, market economy. That's why market-free economy they call laissez-faire economy. But here it is closed. Because the production is controlled by the government. Individuals are free. They are having freedom. But there are some limits in the freedom of the commodities. And planning, everything is decided according to the central planning authority. Means the government. Government decides everything. Is it? There is no market forces, only the government and their economic policies. Means government is having upper hand in the matters of development. Clear? And let us discuss about merits and demerits. When we think about the merits, it's very clear. It's very clear that instead of self-interest, collective interest is provided here. Because economy concentrates the development interest of the society as a whole instead of the economic interest of one individual. So means it maximizes social equality. That is the second merit. It maximizes social equality, social justice. Is it? And it reduces the disparity in the society in terms of unequal distribution of income and all. Means maximum welfare. Maximization of welfare is the sole aim behind this socialist system. Is it? And there are some demerits, definitely some demerits also be there. Why? Because it does not promote consumer sovereignty. Consumer is not having any right to decide. What the government decides, that the consumer should have to follow. And moreover, this system is not promoting the individual. Is it? Individual, the responsibility to support the government. But beyond a limit, there is no such freedom is there. Means their benefits, the extra benefits were taken by the government. Individual, they will get their share in the production. They can earn their share, but there is nothing extra is paid. So that means that the interest of the individual is not promoted much more. They are not much concerned about the production. A minimum level they will promote, because why? Beyond that one, how much I am earning is not getting to me. It is taken by the government. It is a share of the government. Is it? And private property is not allowed at any cost. Private property is not allowed. You have property with the nation. And all the people, they are engaged with the activities with them, and it is control everything. The nation is controlling the production and all. Best example we can quote from Cuba, Soviet Union, and China and all. That is why those countries are moving towards market economy now, because these are the possible demerits. That's why a little bit they are moving from their socialist system to the market economy. Market economy means some sort of capitalist system. Clear? These are the merits and demerits. And let us move towards a mix of these two systems. That is our system. Our system, mixed economic system, it promotes both. Means the social ownership of means of production, means central planning authority, as well as the ownership of resources with the individual. Means we are taking the benefits of capitalism and benefits of socialism in a proportion. Means we are allowing social ownership. Means resources are owned by the society. At the same time, resources are owned by the individual. Means central planning authority exists in the economy, as well as the individual motive, market forces also, market mechanism or price mechanism also existing in our economy. That's a mix of two. So, and we found the solution for this problem. What to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce, with the help of both. But government also trying with the market mechanism simultaneously. Is it? Presence of government also there, presence of market forces also there, demand and supply also there, the market also there, central planning authority is there, price mechanism also there. Is it? Means property, private ownership also provided, public ownership of resource also provided. Means private sector as well as public sector operates in the economy simultaneously. Understood? That means owners of the factors of production. Individuals are also owners, and the government also are the owners. Profit motive also there, welfare motive also there. Individuals can maximize their profit. Government is trying to maximize the welfare of the people. Both things are there. Both are moving side by side without any collision in this regard. So central planning authority decides the welfare of the country. At the same time, it allows the private individuals to operate. Is it? So, and one more thing regarding the income distribution of income. In capitalist system, unequal distribution. In socialist system, equal distribution. But in a mixed economic system, considerable distribution of income. Because according to the nature of the society, it is provided. Understood? So in mixed economic system, our economic system, we promote capitalism as well as socialism. We promote market mechanism as well as central planning. So that is why economic planning for the development of the country, planning is essential. That is why from after the independence, from the 1950, we set up a planning commission, and 1951 onwards, our country started economic planning. And we kept some economic interest, our objectives in the planning, and countries might have spent a large amount of money for the welfare of the people. Still it is going on. Is it? So economic planning is the basic ideology behind the economic development of the country. That only will increase the pace of the movement of economic growth of the nation. Understood? So let us discuss about merits. What are the merits of mixed economic system? Yes, it's having more merit. First one is that it increases welfare of the country. It increases welfare because when the government spends money for the development of the people, definitely it will reach in the appropriate hands. And here we try to bridge the gap between rich and the poor by the taxation policies and spending that money for the welfare of the people in the form of subsidies and all. And unemployment schemes, government provides employment opportunities. Is it? Such a way, welfare can be maximized. At the same time, second merit we can say it allows private ownership. Yes, the private individuals, they can run their industry as per the policies, agree with the policies of the government, not against the policies of the government. Is it? And moreover, third merit is that it promotes social justice and reduces inequality in the society, in the income distribution and all. So these are the major merits. Promotes social justice and reduces inequality in the society. Because government supervises, government controls, government promotes the weaker sections of the society, the vulnerable sections of the society, by extending their support towards them in the form of different welfare schemes. Is it? And definitely our system may have some sort of demerits. Yes, our mixed income system also having some demerits. What is that, you know? First one is that public sector units that's owned by the government. So all these public sector units, it shows lack of, most of the public sector units shows lack of accountability. Because nobody is having any accountability to anyone else. They are producing commodities, they are selling, and lack of self-interest. They are not interested to make the firm as a profitable one. Understood? And inefficiency in production. Because of all these things, most of the public sector units now became private sector units. Is it? So because of this absence of interest, because of accountability, lack of accountability of the government employees towards the production and all, most of the public sector units in our country now disinvestment. After 1991, we accepted the new economic policy, and most of the units, now we can say only 3 in the public sector units. 49 became now 3. That 3 also now losing from our hand. What are the 3, you know? Atomic energy, defense and railway. But railway also now, 100 railways going to privatize now. So partially railway also becoming privatized. Defense sector also, foreign investment already allowed. Means now only atomic energy also. That also sooner or later will be taken from the public sector, government property. So means our country finally will agree with the most of the advantages, merits of this capitalism. Little bit socialism will be remain there. If it is there, we can say that will support the welfare of the poor people. We can expect. So the final solution is that because of the improper management of public sector units, our country is moving towards privatization or disinvestment taking place in our nation, especially after 1991. Till 1991, that was protected, but after 91, that was the major reason behind the acceptance of new economic policy for the economic welfare of our country. Hope you understood the class. Tomorrow I'll come with economic planning. What is meant by economic planning and what are the measures of that one? Okay.